What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Something a little different here I haven't done before. What we're doing is actually introducing a build I put together a couple weeks ago. What we've got here is a motorized action camera mount, 360 degrees rotation. I'm calling it my dash cam, vlog cam. And what it allows me to do, like a vlog type video here like we're doing right now, but it also allows me to use it as an action camera. I'm able to turn this camera right from the cab here in 360 degrees in either direction. And I thought, you know, this would be something cool that I could share with you guys. It allows me to share with you some of the scenery that I see here out in Western Canada. It also allows me to share with you some of the odd things and interesting things I see day to day. And I've been using this for the past week now. I made some minor adjustments during that testing, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's working right now. I do have some other parts on order that I'll be using to upgrade it somewhat, but we'll share that with you guys when those parts come in. And what I'm going to do right now is we're going to cut to the bench. I'm going to have this whole system on the bench right now. Very easy to take out of the vehicle using any vehicle. And we're going to show you guys what we have here. We'll also show you probably some of the build video, and I'll show you some clips of some of the stuff that I came across during the week. Came across some pretty cool stuff, some interesting stuff, some funny stuff. And we'll share that with you, and then we'll end this video. And what I'd love for you guys to do is just, I'd love to get your feedback. This is something that I'm pretty proud of right now, and I'd love to make it even better. And if you have some ideas, feel free to share them with me in the comments. I would love that. So anyways, guys, right now we're going to turn the camera back forward. We're going to get, we'll cut over to the bench, and we'll take a closer look at it. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, well, you've had a sneak peek now, you've had a little introduction to what I've put together here, what I've built. And what I've built is motorized action camera mount. It's basically just a GoPro suction cup mount for in the vehicle. We have a little extender here to change the direction, because that allows us to plumb the servo. And yes, it's a 20 kg servo. This one's a Sunfounder digital servo. What was nice about this one is there was no built-in stops. So basically, after I pulled the electronics out of it, I just used the motor and the gears and hooked up a JST connector to the motor, and it's just right away 360 degrees without any further modifications. So that got epoxied to a GoPro mount here. I had to modify the GoPro mount slightly to allow this to sit flat. We epoxied it on, and I used these zip ties to kind of hold it in place, and I never did take them out, and I think I'll just leave them there. And then from there, we went into a tripod mount. So I cut some threads into the spline here of the servo, some 1/4-20 threads, and then we epoxied and screwed on this mount here, this little ball mount, which gives us some more adjustment. And then on top of that, where the GoPro gets attached to is just a regular tripod mount, nothing special there. So we can switch that out, no problem. So the only issue with this is the servo is not serviceable. I did fill it up with some lithium grease and made sure there was a lot of lubrication in there, so hopefully it'll last. But there's no servicing of this servo now. So if it burns out, then I have to rebuild the project. But this is only like my prototype, so I'm not too worried about it. What's nice about the way I have this, I have so much adjustment. I have adjustment here, I have adjustment here, I have adjustment here, and I have the adjustment on the camera itself. So the main thing is, after testing it, you want to have everything plumb to the servo. Originally I had the camera kind of sticking out like this. So and my thought was to get more of a pan shot. That's actually pretty hard on the servo, and it made, you could hear the gears in there quite a bit more. And the other thing I did, just before we get further into this, is I did showcase this on my last video. The Evister microphone here, the digital sound recorder. I did add, I was complaining about no clip on the back, so what I did is I took an old OtterBox case from my iPhone, I salvaged a clip off it, and I epoxied it to the back there. So now I've got a nice clip on the back there. I can clip it to my visor, I can clip it to whatever I want, and it's also freestanding like so. So that was just a little update to that. Reason I picked up this is, and I was kind of hinting at it, with this project,
the camera being mounted here and the servo right here, the camera picks up the noise from the servo and it's awful. So when we get actually to looking at some of the footage, for the first half of the footage I filmed, you're going to hear this servo, and I apologize in advance. I know it sounds awful. We did correct it with the microphone. So we've got this little kit here I put together, and this is kind of how I put everything in here except the actual mount itself. The mount always stays in the vehicle. So in this kit is just everything I need for the project. I've got my camera here. Typically I'm using the Hero 5, which is what we're filming on right here. It's the Hero 3. I have a couple extra batteries and a charger here. It's a nice charger because it has a lid on it. So when it's in the vehicle, I don't really have to worry about the batteries falling out of that if I'm charging. Just have a 5-volt adapter here if I want to use this mount. Oh yeah, and by the way, this whole system runs off of 5 volts. So typically vehicles have 5-volt outlet, or you can get one of the cigarette lighters with the 5 volts in it. So that's what it runs off of. And then this is what I'm using, is just a cable like this, USB cable. And the reason I chose this, and let's get right into it here, that's the control box. So let's look at the control box here. Control box, what I built here, it's got a momentary switch on it, so you can go one way or the other way, and a spring loads back to off. There's the USB connector there that I was talking about. So from the vehicle power, or from an outlet like so, you plug it in, and then the other end plugs into the control box here. Just like that. And the reason I chose this kind of connector and not like a micro USB or something like that, I've never had one of these connectors fail for anything. So I thought, let's get something durable right off the bat and make it work. And it works. So on the other end of this, I have my 2 wires coming through this little sheathing here, and JST connector. The JST connector will plug right into there. So that's what powers everything up. So I'm going to show you, I'll demonstrate it here. I'm going to take it off the actual suction cup mount here. And for this video, I just put together this mount here so I can mount it on the bench here and just kind of show you guys, give you a little demonstration on how it works. So we'll hook that up. And it's very simple. All it is just basically GoPro parts, and yeah, nothing much more than that. So this mount is not the best mount that I'm demonstrating on here, but keep in mind it's a lot more secure in the vehicle. Alright, so everything is adjusted. We got to make sure everything's plumb. I always try to make sure the camera's plumb as well. And we'll go with that for right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this end into my power bar right below me here. We're going to take the JST connector and we're going to plug it into the servo right here. And I'll just tuck it to the side here like that so it's out of my way. Now the control box is good to go. I do have some extra cables in there for charging. I carry an extra micro SD card in there, but that's not really important. So now what we can do is we have 360 degrees. We can go one way or the other. And this is something that I thought of about a month ago. I ordered some parts. Most of these parts I had already. So I thought, I've always wanted to do like a bit of a vlog video, kind of take you guys on the road with me. I see a lot of interesting stuff. And I just was kind of brainstorming, how am I going to do this? I thought, okay, I've got this servo right now. Well, how can I use that? Okay, let's do direct power. Let's make it 360 degrees. Let's just use the motor. So that worked. Everything here worked pretty good. I was very happy with the way it turned out. I like kind of tinkering with stuff. If you notice, I do a lot of videos here at the bench. I love doing mods. I'm always kind of coming up with ideas, and I make them work. So this is one of them. Now, I've done a little research now since building this, and I found some stuff similar to this, but nothing quite like this. This has got to be the most compact version of what I've seen out there, and probably the most applicable version for somebody who wants to do a vlog and have like a dash cam kind of thing all in one. So, like I showed you in the video, what's nice is we could have it facing forward on the road, or we can look driver's side window, passenger window, back window, or at yourself if you're vlogging, talking to the camera. So this is all great. Like I said, this is my prototype. I do have some adjustments I am going to be making to it, and one thing that just came in, and one of the parts that I was waiting for, is just this little, like, I don't know what you call it, little regulator. And what's this going to allow me to do is choke the power going in with this dial, and that'll allow me to slow everything down a bit. Originally I had tested this with a 1-cell battery, and I was kind of happy with the speed, but that doesn't really work out in a vehicle. So we were able to make the 5-volt system work. 12-volt would have been way too fast. I could technically use 12-volt now with this little regulator here, but for the 5-volt I think it's going to work great. And basically what I'm going to use that for, say you see somebody or something on your left hand side and it's coming across the front of you and you want to take a video of it. It's a little hard, and I've got to kind of do it like that, right? That doesn't really work for me, and then see, it's a little too quick. From going front to back full speed, that's great. I like that. The 5-volt worked great for that. But what I need to do is slow that down, and what this is going to allow me to do is kind of slow it down and just kind of do a nice pan shot very slowly, and not have to keep stopping it and just kind of, you know, do the little quick hits to get it to where I need to. So that's one thing that's going to be adjusted on that. I've got to fit that in the box here somehow. And I guess maybe here, let's unplug the power. Let's take a look at inside the box. So it's just a little control box, nothing special. And it just opens up like that. We've got our momentary switch here. There's our USB. I did put a little magnet in there, a cell phone magnet. So I have those little cell phone holders on, like, you can put them on your air vents and stuff. So that sticks to it and just holds it into place, which is really nice. Now I've got to figure out how to put this in here. I think what I'm going to do is take the wire here. We're going to drill another hole over here, and we're going to use that hole, and it looks like that'll fit in perfect there. So I still have use of the switch, and if I want to, I just adjust the dial from right there. So that'll probably be working on today at some point. We'll get back to looking at this at some point, I'm sure, and we'll definitely show you how that works. So anyways, guys, that's about it. That's all I really had to show you on this. I wanted you to get a good look at it on the bench here. Alright guys, before we get to the footage I took this past week, featured on the sign for this episode is Fog City RC. Fantastic channel, great content, go check them out, you definitely will not be disappointed. We actually just did a sticker exchange, Fog City and myself. He sent me a few of his stickers, I sent him some of mine, and I've already got a sticker on the box here, on the toolbox. Right up next to the Van City RC decal there is the Fog City RC decal. Fantastic decal, thanks buddy. I appreciate it, and if you guys want to do a sticker exchange, decal exchange, hit me up. Send me an email, hit me up on my Instagram. All the info is below, and we can do it as well, and we'll get you featured on the channel here and get you on the box in the background. This will be visible in every one of my videos here on the bench, and Fog City RC is the first channel that's got a spot on my toolbox here that'll be in every video at the bench. Anyways, guys, we're going to get into the footage, and remember, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Give me your suggestions on how to improve this. I do apologize, like I said in advance. We definitely have some poor audio, especially during the first few minutes when I was just using the microphone from the GoPro itself. And later on, we added, a few days later, we added the Evister digital microphone, which did make a difference. I'm still working on microphone placement and some of those settings on this sound recorder, and we should be able to make it better than it is already. So, alright guys, here's the footage I took last week. Look at this guy, just went right through the red light, and he's fingering. See that, guys? Middle finger to the red light. That guy just went right through on his bicycle. That guy is hardcore. And I'm still learning the controls on this. I keep hitting it the wrong way. That guy, doesn't give two shits about it. That was kind of funny, and that's the kind of stuff we're going to see on my day-to-day. Somebody getting in trouble there, another cop right there. This time. And now what's he going to do? He's going to cut through the gas station to make the turn. Yeah. So look at him there, guys. A real piece of crap right there. Cuts through the gas station because he doesn't want to wait a few minutes for the light to change.
risk of freaking getting your truck stolen. I can do more damage than good there.
Yeah, look at here it is, man. Look how bad it is.
It's bad.
This is the building we did a job in right here.
Yeah.
I see an ambulance up here. Is something going on, or is that just the ambulance station?
In the station.
Yeah. We got some guy pulling over to the left here. They're coming up the center. I'm gonna get a large regular, please.
Scanning order?
Yep.
7210, please.
Great.
Have a good day.
You too. Hello. We gotta scan that, please.
There you go. Next one's a free one.
Thank you. Next one's a free one. Oh, who's this now?
Okay, quiet.
Hello.
Yo. Yo, what up?
Who's this?
It's Milo.
Got the wrong number, Milo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Alright, never mind.
All right.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that's on video.
I know.
Yo. What's up? Well, I'll probably put that one on YouTube. Again, that is why the camera is rolling.
You got the wrong number, Milo. Oh.
What was happening is the sound of the servo is really picking up poorly and very loudly on the actual GoPro microphones, and that's expected. The GoPro's mounted directly below the servo, and it's definitely picking up that noise, and it's very loud when you're watching the footage. So we'll be using this digital sound recorder to record our audio for this in-cab footage, and it should, I think it'll do quite well. Already goes. Ho, ho, ho. Guys cause a lot of accidents, those car-to-go drivers. Alright guys, well, that's my build. That's my dash cam, vlog cam, my motorized action camera, 360 degrees of rotation. I would love to hear your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. You know, give me some ideas. If you have something in mind that would make this build better, I'd love to hear it. Anyways guys, we're going to leave it at that. Make sure you give this video a like. If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, don't be a stranger. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.